Hi guys, welcome back to another Explain 12 video. We have been doing a few P3D version 5 videos lately, but I thought we needed to go and switch things up a bit. I've also been away for a few days traveling, so I thought it was the perfect opportunity to try some Explain 12 again. And we are going to be flying the Inibuilds A300, which is unfortunately no longer for sale. But I was lucky enough to buy it during the spring of, I think it was spring of this year, or maybe it was the fall of last year, but I was able to get it just very expensive. I bought it at a very expensive price, but I was able to get it from, I think it was Sim Market. I bought it in time for it to still be available for Explain 12. Unfortunately, it's been pulled from the store now, and we are here with a SAS livery, or donning a SAS livery. An old one, as you can see, Stig Viking, I guess the name of this particular livery, or the aircraft. And we are at Bergen in Norway, flying to Trondheim. And the reason why we're doing this very short kind of domestic flight with an A300 is just because I want to try this photo reel that I got from the Explain org. It's based on this freeware photo reel, so it's supposedly very low, or low, I guess, or high LOD. No, I guess it's low, so it's not the best quality, as you can see, in terms of the details, even though I have a decal that makes it look a bit crispier on the ground. But it's at least it's supposed to, you know, be a bit nicer, so I thought I would give it a try, see how it looks on a recorded flight. I also have a Bergen freeware airport version, so it looks a bit better. But yeah, it looks pretty okay. I mean, it's not... I mean, there's a reason why you want more gigabytes. I just thought I would give this a try since it wasn't that many gigabytes. It was still, though, quite a bit. I think it was Norway, and then... Let me just open here. I'm just gonna check if I can see how big it actually was, so I'm not giving it too much hope. I think it's Norway and then some of Sweden as well. So it's custom scenery. Let me just select all the orthos and then properties. It's still 52 gigabytes, so yeah, not the best. Norway is a pretty big country though, but yeah. But I thought that since I downloaded it, we should give it a try. It should hopefully mesh quite well with SimHaven. It does look, I think, a bit better than normal Norway, but let's see. And then also we're on the Explain the new version, 11, or is it 12.1.3 or something. And as you can see, the clouds do look a bit different. Better in some ways, but maybe a bit... I kind of see what they've been... I'm not sure if the clouds have been updated, but I do feel like they have. And I think I see what they're doing. They're trying to make them more realistic, and it's getting there, but there is still some weirdness, right? It's still like with the P3D True Sky. It's close, but maybe not really there just yet. But it's getting there, at least. At least it's being continuously developed if we compare to P3D. And now let me just actually go back into another view. So this should be our normal view. And I'm not sure if this is a gate that could actually handle this, but we have now decided that we'll try it anyway. So let me just see if I can... There we go. We'll toggle the jetway. I think I'm now in some sort of weird view. Let me see if I can get this back. There we go. So we can get the jetway connected. And then we should also use our plugin, the ground handling one. Let's see if that one works. I'm also a bit afraid it's going to crash the sim. Didn't do it this time at least. So that's nice. And we can just ask for some of these. Some of these extra vehicles, right? They can kind of drive up. But yeah, other than that, some bugginess going on with the jetways though. That's a bit freaky, but let's push ahead. I am gonna start with, let me see, I think I can do the EFB first though, and we can just do the ground ups, the load sheet maybe. Have a quick look at the Simbrief flight plan, just make sure we get this right, and I think I should have the settings correct. I'm not sure if this is aircraft specific settings. It looks like there's aircraft specific settings, which I'm not the biggest fan of. I do want to use a tiller. No links, I think that's fine. RAS, I guess we can have that. I'm just gonna do a long autosave interval because I've heard that's the best. Everything else I think is correct, so we can save it like that. And then we need to get the right load sheet because I do this in pounds, so that's the reason I need to upgrade. It's really sad that they because this aircraft was pretty good. I don't think there was a lot left to do, and they could have had a good aircraft for X-Plane, but I guess Microsoft does pay them well enough, so they don't have to bother with that. And let me see now. I think we now should have the updated load sheet. I'm just gonna check, so we should be fine. Ground services. We can connect external. I guess there's some extra things we could connect, but let's not do that. We can disarm the doors, and then we'll open the left and the cargo doors. Let's just see. This is not my favorite Scandinavian livery. It's an okay one. It's a very old one. I think this is like, we're talking 60s, maybe 70s, something like that. But yeah, it would be nice to see. I tried to find like a modern Scandinavian one, but doesn't seem to be one available, and I doubt there will be one made now since this one isn't even on sale anymore, unfortunately. But let's see. We'll do the batteries first. And let's see, external power. Can do galley. I think this one should go to nav if I'm not mistaken, right? Yeah, nav. Let's use the numpad to get the right kind of views. Anything? Oh yeah, that was not the best view in terms of. Yeah, we got the chair in our way. These pumps should all go on. I do hope someone else makes an A300 for X-Plane, in case Inibuilds aren't interested in ever getting back, or at least doesn't look like it now. We'll arm that. I don't think we can do the pitch trim. We need to remember to do this. I had issues with that the last time, right? Because I couldn't do certain things. Basically, the autopilot wouldn't really function, or the flight director. We can move that. No, but I mean, it's a really well-made aircraft, and I mean, just looking at all these different, I mean, it's really nice. At least I think so. It just looks good. At least in terms of X-Plane 12 standards, so I do hope they come back and revisit that decision, even though they do see that they have given up in some ways, in the sense that they made this, well, basically freeware by removing all the license. Let me see if I can get this one. There we go, locked. Don't want anyone visiting me. We'll start the boarding with Pack X. We don't have any GSX, right? So I'll just do a random flight number. We're going pretty high. Putting that info in. Was that the correct? I guess it wasn't really correct. It should be 118. I wonder if we do have the A300. I don't think so. We can use the A330. Yeah, the A330-200. We can use that. Yeah, we have an in-flight entertainment, I would say. We can just use the normal SAS boarding and custom safety for SAS. And then start that. Should hopefully be fine. Anything else we need to do? Guess we can put these on already. Yeah, sorry for this weird. I have apparently not tested this scenery enough. So a bit of a bummer, of course. Can we remove? No, we can move that one though. Yeah, would it be nice to not have that flickering. This is one of the reasons also why I thought with X-Plane maybe just keep the default airports, because even the Bergen one is pretty nice. This one is of course nicer, right? You have all these details. But I still think this one didn't require any specific libraries, so I could see this one in the future becoming the default one, right? I think you can vote for that. There's some system in place for that. Let's do TARA already, just so I don't forget. That's my normal thing to forget. Weights cleared due to unit change, that's fine. Pretty okay. Nav database, sufficient at least. Init is where we should start. ENBR to ENVA. Return. And then let me think, we need to do we need to align the IRS, of course. 350. Just do the 222 for the flight. Idea, and then Norra Oslo is our alternate. And then cruising winds. We can insert that. Next page. And we do have our block fuel, so let's maybe populate that. I think we got it right, but let me just have a double check. It's okay, the EFB, but it's really not my favorite. But of course I'd rather have this than have nothing. So that's something to keep in mind. Yeah, we have it correctly here. Well, it basically says it's there already, 26.3. For 6.9 for zero fuel. The CG I think we can get directly also here from the ground ops load sheet. 28, or yeah, I guess that's the zero fuel, right? So that should be the right kind of weight distribution. And then cost index, that would go on 40, yeah, 40 would be the cost index. At least according to the flight plan we have prepared. Here we can do the SIDS and stars. We'll do runway 35 into 2D, insert. From Intum it's a direct to Nelsu. So it's a bit interesting actually that we do have photoreal for Norway in X-plane, but we have the Orbex regions in P3D. ILS 27, Nels, and then I want to check the trans through pilot to ADC, and I'm just quickly gonna do that. We are heavy. We'll import the flight plan through Thimbrief. We'll do the SID. I'll show it here so you can see kind of our flight, the star, Nels, and then in terms of the approach, which one? Zilda maybe? Yeah, Zilda should work. Perfect. We'll connect to the sim. Looks good. We'll file it. I'll switch so we are actually... It's on our second radio. We'll switch through that. Okay. Zilda is the trans. We'll insert that. There should be a direct from Nels to Afghan. So let's remove that discontinuity. Probably me who just forgot to put in one waypoint. Not the end of the world. Takeoff. So we need to do this one as well. I do wonder what's our... Let's recall. IRS is still in a line. I wonder how long that will take. Hopefully not too long. While we wait, let's do this. I'm trying to have you avoid so you don't get a stroke watching that. We'll do takeoff here. And the best way to do this is by doing checking here, wind 350 at 9. Outside air temp 3 Celsius. QNH 995. Yeah, 996 millibar. Dry. Takeoff weight can't be too much of a difference. 271.1. Yeah, this sounds good. Flex, standard, ICAO. There we go. Compute. 148, 149. Flex 49.
After you put your carry-on items in the overhead bin and it is full, make sure you close it as a courtesy to other passengers. Also be sure that the aisle is clear and sit down so that way other
There we go. And then we should have flex here on this one for the takeoff. Anything else? I don't think so. So let's have a look at yeah, so 15. We'll be going down there in order to take off. We can put this one on the correct flight plan. Now we just need to wait for the IRS to align. Hopefully it won't take too long. Well, that's always a bit of a... Will it align? Or will it not? It should though. I can't see any reason why it wouldn't work, but it just might take some time, right? Looks pretty good though. My FPS aren't too good, around 30. So a bit of a bummer. To have a bit better, I wish, or let's put it this way, it's better than I have in P3D, and I have it capped on 25. But I don't know. I would expect this one to be better optimized, I guess. But oh well. Not the end of the world. Still on a line. Okay, the pitch trims are up. That's good, very good. While we wait, I'll close the cargo exits. We can have a look at our viewpoints. Pretty good ones. Love that old screen. Here you can even see what our journey will be. We have this huge screen in the middle. Maybe a bit too modern. Not the nicest looking overhead bins, but this is a pretty okay cockpit. There is better ones, of course, by far. Could be worse though as well. But here you can kind of see the detail, you know, it looks really, really good even up close. Not Microsoft Flight Sim levels, but yeah, it's a very, very well done aircraft actually, I would say, by Inibuilds. I think this was even in running for kind of the best aircraft in X-Plane 11. So that tells you a bit of how good it is. Slash was. Okay, looks like we are aligning. That is a very good news. And you can see all of these have started. So I'm just gonna put this to something, 220 maybe. That to nav. Let me see. Why are we on terrain? Did I even put on the weather radar? System 1. Oh, there we go. If we don't want terrain, that's what we should put. Good. Very good. Let's start our APU doing the master. While we wait, we'll do the rest. Scandinavian 4003 heavy, ready to copy IFR clearance. Flight level 080. So we'll put that in here in our altitude select. 080. And the squawk. 5310.
Scandinavian 4003 Heavy is cleared to Echo November Victor Alpha. Fly the INTU-2 Delta departure, with the INTM transition,
like that.
as filed.
I assume.
Flight level 080 via the departure. Expect higher clearances 5 minutes after departure. Radar director on 118.85.
Oh, and look at that. Looks like there is some weather.
5310.
Let's see with the, yeah. So that's nice seeing the weather radar working. 2938. Is that the line with what we got from the... Alright, let's put that 0. Then let's... 2938, is that... 995 almost, yeah, 995, 995, 996, yeah, okay, kind of same. Okay, 2938. Guess we should do this one as well, but I'm just gonna keep it standard since we're not really using that side. Put the beacon lights on. We can probably start the APU. Boarding
We're ready to go when
complete,
you are.
ready for pushback by pack X. That's good to see. We can shut the last door.
And welcome aboard flight 222.
Oh, let's not have a look at that. Let's just make sure we get them all closed.
Now that the cabin door is closed,
We can arm all of them.
airplane mode and your large devices are now shut down.
Now let's see if I can get this jetway away. Yeah, and they're all closed. Now what I do need to do is remember to remove the chocks and those, the external power. So now we have the APU available. We'll put on the bleeds. Pretty good sound effects, that's always nice. We can remove the external power. And once we do that, we can just quickly have a check that we do have. Let's remove shocks. There we go, parking brake. Happy days. Okay, let's do another talk to the ATC. Scandinavian 4003 Heavy, ready for pushback. Scandinavian 4003 Heavy, ready for pushback. Let's see, what was the flex 49, right? So we need to change the temp here. Okay, we got pushback clearance. That's always good. Now let's have a look at where we should be pushed back. I guess something like this would be the most reasonable, right? Oh no, we didn't do it properly. Hate when I press enter too quickly. Can you put this to max already? Maybe you need to wait. Okay. Okay, tow is driving up. So there we're getting the tow. Should be able to see it here. So it's gonna come in, drive up here. Anything else we need to do? Maybe ask ATC for engine start, but not a big deal. To be frank. It's gonna be a lot of sales soon, guys, so be ready to stack up on sceneries, etc. that you want to buy. Or at least I imagine there'll be, or I've seen quite a few, at least. Okay, they do seem to be ready, so that's good. Let me see, I'm just checking if Imagine Sim will have a sale. I'll be flying to India during the New Year's. So I'm hoping to buy the, what's it called? The new, I'm hoping to buy the, I think it's Delhi they have, right? Something like that. It's not for version 5, but I think you can use the version 4 one pretty well. Because I do want some more payware airports in India. I have quite a few and I need to do more videos with those. I just haven't. I've been flying out of Norway for some reason. Don't ask why. Okay, let's see, clearance. Okay, let's release parking brake. see. Looks pretty good. He gave us engine start clearance. And we will start our engines. Let's start number 2 first. Looks pretty good.
Ladies and
The
gentlemen,
fuel.
please direct your attention to the screen for an important safety demonstration. Thank you for flying with us.
Do we have this one working? Yeah, we do.
We want to get you to your destination in comfort and safety, so please pay attention to this message.
I do think though they're getting there with the clouds. I mean, just a bit more fiddling, get away this, you know, blocky kind of looks, and we're getting there. In terms of the ground, I think it looks pretty good. I mean, now we have the photoreal right, but I mean, I don't think it would be much, right? They should just buy Samsung to get the right placement of the buildings, and then find some solution to make the ground look better, mountains, etc. I think X-Plane could be in for a really good future with that. Okay, let's see. Oh, we didn't ask. Scandinavian 4003 Heavy, ready for engine start. Okay, we start the left one.
Scandinavian 4003 Heavy.
Not sure you need to actually ask for engine start, but you know, the more interaction, the merrier. Starting engine number 1, engine number 2 looks stable. I don't think this one has like maintenance or random failures. So, don't really have to be worried about that. As with, for example, the Mad Dog. Let's see. Okay, we'll set the parking brake. Oh. Engine starting. Okay, let's see. Yeah, we're turned the right direction, so that's good. The thing with this photoreal disconnect here is that hopefully it looks good from above, right? That's what I want to check. I did some trial runs, but that was before I went on my little trip. We can start this one, right? The chrono. I mean, there's still, well, he's disconnecting now, so I guess we could start not the wing ones, but the runway turn-off ones and the nose. I think we have both engines, and what we can then do, let me just have a quick look if there is anything we need to tweak. This one should be off, not the oxygen one as well. I guess the pack can be on auto. We can shut the APU bleed. Ignition can go to off. Then we can shut the APU master. Looks like we got all clear. Scandinavian 4003 Heavy, ready to taxi. Yankee Alpha 9er. So all the way down basically. Okay. Yeah, I'll release the parking brake. Let's give it a bit of a nudge in terms of thrust. See if this gets us taxiing, hopefully. Let's add a bit of flaps. In terms of trim, actually, I really neglected that one. What was the trim suggestion? One down. Okay, one down. Okay, there we go. Trim set. In terms of flaps, that was 15 and 15. Now we're getting that. And let's see that the tiller works. And we do have tiller animation. Okay, but it's a bit, you have to be, it's a bit fickle, so you have to be a bit careful. Looks to be taxiing pretty well though now. That's on a preset one. Okay, let me just see if I can put this to 220. This is a good aircraft, so and now it feels less buggy, so I'm not sure. Yeah, nobody would ever be able to explain to me why you would pull it from the market now. Or maybe they just feel done. I guess
Ready
they're
to
just
go.
done with the explain, to be honest. But yeah, look at this beauty. The windows on the front, not the nicest looking ones, but I think the rest of the model is really, it's really nice actually. You know, even the dirt. It's a nice aircraft. Seatbelt signs. We need to put that. And we need to put here seatbelt signs on. So I always forget to do that. Strobe, we can do auto. Sorry about that. We need to move that. I need to remember to do that. Okay, we should be going down to Alpha 9, but I don't think there is any such turn off, at least not in this version. So we are just the airfield. Could be that I think the pilot ADC is based on P3D data, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, we'll turn here to the through left. Uh-oh, try to balance it. Okay, anything else we need to do? Don't think so. Let's hope we get the handover to tower now.
Tower on 122.1 Scandinavian 4003 heavy.
How's my traffic global doing? Oh, there's just 0 at trig. Oh, because I have 0 traffic density. Huh, okay. Let me see, I added a bit of traffic density, now we should be getting some. And now you can see a Vidare there. So that was just me missing out on that fact. Unfortunately, sorry about that. Minor hiccup. Okay, now I've added, so we have 3 aircraft. Don't think we can see them from here, but they are somewhere. Let's see, we got the handover, right? Scandinavian 4003 heavy, ready for takeoff. Yeah. Takeoff clearance received.
35 Scandinavian 4003 heavy.
Left is clear. My god, though, this game is so. And I mean, I still have 390, 13,700 Intel, 64 gigabytes of RAM. I just can't get this game to run smooth with any sort of okay, you know. I mean, of course I can get it to run smooth when I remove everything and play it like it's FSX or something, right? With the virtual access memory issue, but I don't want to fly with awful graphics. I mean, I can fly with. I don't need to have the highest, right? But somewhat reasonable. Okay, let's see now. Let's give it a shot then. And now I'm trying to think, where do we press on this one in order? That's the... There we go. Toga, I guess. Yeah, okay. Geronimo, here we go. Hopefully it goes well. Okay. Airspeed alive, 80 knots. 100 knots. 120 knots. 140 knots. V1. Rotate. There we go. Positive rate of climb. Gear coming up. Thank God for that. I always had to double check with the Inibuilds one. Okay. Looks pretty good. We are on profile, so to speak. Going to flap 0. Lights off. Let's climb a bit. So I guess the profile is the V nav, right? So wants us to climb, and that will lead off some speed. But it's hard. I'm gonna trim it a bit. Let's see if it works.
Radar director Scandinavian 4003 heavy climbing to flight level 080.
I hate that I haven't gotten my mouse trim to work, or not my mouse, but my yoke trim. So I need to use my wheel trim. Okay, but looks pretty decent thus far. Let's see the clouds once we get into those. The only thing I do feel with X-Plane sometimes, it's like it's very... It could be the add-ons I have, but it just feels very bumpy. And I'm not talking like, it shouldn't feel railroaded, right? But sometimes it feels like you are... I don't know. It just doesn't look like when you're seeing someone fly in real life. Flight level 150. Okay, looks pretty good. I'm gonna go autopilot on. Let the aircraft do its thing. We're reaching 10,000 feet, so I'll do landing lights off. Let's have a look. Looks pretty good. Now I have it on the wrong side, to be honest. Maybe we can see it by... looks very pancakey. Can't believe though, I mean... And that flickering... X-Plane, you're close, you're so close to being... These are some of the reasons why I just can't... Even though I like the fact that you get the volumetric clouds and you know, you have like it changing throughout with the real weather, it's still not really there. It still looks almost worse than the P3D through sky. That's the sad part, to be honest. I'm not sure this photo reel, like this bad photo reel, even though like the gigabytes are much less, is worth it. It just becomes, but I'm not sure. Let's see a bit once we get closer to Trondheim. Okay, we are climbing. I'll put this up into the one we are going to be climbing to, because we are going to be getting those clearances quite quickly, I'm pretty sure. We can actually set this to standard. Now I used the wrong one.
Climb to flight level 210 Scandinavian.
Yeah, look at this. It's always 2 steps forward, then 1 step backwards with the patches. No. No, this doesn't look good at all. Sometimes X-Plane 12 with all the hiccups almost makes me feel like, I should just... Cause I have 11 as well, but I don't fly that much, but I should just, set everything up in that one. It's more stable, you won't get disappointed with the new updates, even though the new updates are good in the sense that it keeps it alive. But that's, I mean, I really like that thing about P3D in the sense that it's kind of finished, wrapped up. Even though it's not really finished, but in terms of the mere mortals, not the commercial side. Let's have a look. It's saying 40 minutes of flight. Now it looks pretty good. A bit more alive with the photoreal. But oh my god, those clouds are just hideous. Like, Jesus Christ. What the hell went wrong? Yeah, I'm not too pleased. Let me give you a nice viewpoint, and I'll just take a quick break. I'll be right back.
Climb to flight level 270 Scandinavian 4003 heavy. flight level 350 Scandinavian 4003 Heavy.
There we go. The Captain is back. Let's see. About 30 minutes left. I'm gonna jump back into the cockpit. We are still on the right frequencies. We have been given clearances to climb to flight level 350. Okay, here we can now actually judge the best way to judge is actually by just jumping outside real quickly. Sorry for noise. And now it looks pretty neat, apart from the clouds. Still atrocious. I mean, Jesus Christ. Yeah, it looks pretty good at these kind of flight levels, but yeah, I'm not too big a fan. I'm actually thinking of getting just one extra 4000 gigabyte or 4 terabytes or 2000 gigabytes, 2 terabytes SSD. Not one of those really fast ones, but just one of those that you kind of plug in. And the only reason is to just have explain stuff.
Expect the Nels 2 mic arrival with the Nels transition for the ILS approach to runway 27 with
And I'm
Brazilian
actually
transition Scandinavian
talking about that.
4003 Heavy.
I'm just gonna start up my Orbeck, so I already had it open. I'm just gonna check what's the X-Plane 12 availability of stuff. Yeah, let's see, we reached our altitude now. Things are looking pretty good. Still want to get FSX to work again. I really want to fly the 707. I mean, we can just, we'll turn down any autogen, not have to worry about, we'll just retexture everything so it's a bit worse. But I just really wanna fly the Captain Sim 707. Don't know why, but I just feel like, and the 727 would be fun to take on a few spins. I'm just waiting for the 727 from FlyJSim to come to X-Plane 12, and then of course I would fly that quite a bit, I think. I think that's the only thing. I mean, I don't have too many of these short ranges for X-Plane. Here it looks pretty good. So this is what I'm saying, like, X-Plane, from some viewpoints it does get it right. and I think maybe even more right than Microsoft Flight Sim, and definitely I mean P3D, but it's just it's close, but then you know it's not really there, even though it does work better compared to P3D. I mean, looking down, there's no weirdness like with True Sky. You have a bit of, you know, different altitudes, the clouds, but then, you know, it just looks weird with blobby formations. And I guess you do get those also in real life, but maybe not to that extent. Let's see now. There's our top of descent in about 80 nautical miles, and then we can just follow and get down. But yeah, I wanted to look at Orbex, because I really haven't put anything for X-Plane 12 yet. Ah, but look at that, they don't really have, so the True Earth, I mean they do have some cool ones like the airports, right? All these different ones, Dubai. I guess some of these are really, you know, with the city as, or maybe not with the city. I mean, this one looks pretty decent, but you only have, in terms of True Earth, you only have south, central and north. And these are amazing, but the install size is 100 gigabytes for Southern. That's about 50 gigabytes more than the P3D version. And I haven't figured out why. Is it just texture-wise somehow? Like maybe it's just, I mean, look at this picture, it looks great, of course, but for me, the biggest issue I have is that it doesn't feel worth it. But maybe I'll get some of these for X-Plane, then I'll just not have it for other countries, right? That was my original plan for P3D as well. Oh, they want us to start descending 5,500. Okay. Yeah, that's fine.
Scandinavian 4003 heavy.
Now, but let's see. But you can get some pretty cool. I mean, you have the France VFR obstacles, all of France. So pretty cool stuff. But look at this. I mean, of course, this is only Europe, right? Africa. You have Cairo, Global. Well, I have Forest actually. So I do have one Orbex product. North America. There's a few. Palm Beach, Palm Springs, right? So there's a lot of airports, but you know, it's the problem is that in X-Plane, since you have such a good default airport, it's that the price isn't worth it to upgrade. Whilst in P3D, it's essential unless you have a freeware one that's somewhat decent. Look at this beauty. It's a very beautiful aircraft, the A300. The grandmother of Airbuses, or the mother, I guess you could call it. But yeah, if I move to X-Plane 11, and this I only do because I want to check. I want to see if they have. Where do they have any other? So they do, for example, have all of the west coast of the U.S. with True Earth. So that's pretty cool. But Jesus Christ! Okay, this is my second point. So, Northern California, 200 gigabytes. I'll basically have all my packages from True Earth for P3D. Then Southern EU South Spain. That sounds very cool, right? Doesn't even say the size. Okay, 50 gigabytes. But that's crazy still. So if I jump back to P3D, I'm just gonna check just for fun. Unfortunately, I don't have any good views to kind of show you. So we can keep a bit of flickering there with the shadows. But okay, so now I'm in P3D, and here I own like a lot of stuff. let's say Europe, and let's say not regions, but true Earth, Great Britain South. 45 gigabytes. So that's pretty big, right? But then if we go North America, Northern California, 78. We're talking 130 gigabyte less for B3D than for X-Plane. So, oddly enough, you'll have a bigger issue with getting good scenery in X-Plane in terms of, you know, the extra costs you'll have having to buy more memory. So yeah, that's a bit sad. I guess auto order is the solution if you can get it to set up properly. Well, let's see. I still have hope. It's a sim in development, so there could be some new solutions, and who knows how long it will be a sim in development. It's always hard to say, right? Maybe the Microsoft Flight Sim 24 is just really gonna like put a big dent in their plans. Maybe they have to release X-Plane 13, and then who wants to buy that? You know, X-Plane 12 still seems very new, right? It's only been 2 years basically. So let's see. Coming up, what's and I'm actually just gonna start planning actually for our approach. I've been gibbering away too much. In terms of our minimum descent altitude, I'm wondering though if that's for is the MDA for the autopilot for the disconnection? Because I guess here you would put the precision. We're coming in from runway. Our landing is on runway 17, right? No, 27. Or wait. Now I get a bit confused. We are... Oh, sorry, I'm looking at Bergen. Jesus, sorry guys. For Trondheim, with ILS 27, we have a minimum of 279. So 279, 280 should suffice, right? And then transition of 7,000. And let me have a look at ENVA, Atis, Windy, and they are giving us a QNH of 989. So I'm just gonna set that here, 989, and then let me see if we can do the EFB flight operation landing. ENVA can be good, right, to do this. Yeah, that's quite a high wind, it's 16 knots. Temperature is 3 Celsius. 989. Landing weight, that's our landing weight, or our assumed landing weight, right? That's 262.1. We can do medium brakes, reversers. Let's just do full, because why not? And it was runway 27, right? We'll compute, see what we get. I think there was no rain, let me have a look. Shower in the vicinity, 131, so if we are let me just put this in again, 262.1. Oh, sorry, 262. So with wet, 131, 126. Okay, but that's good to know. I think we can just keep that there. So let's see if it's raining. I mean, otherwise it worked quite well in cruise. Let's see once we get down. My last video with this aircraft got really buggy once we started the approach. For some reason, like a memory leak or something. Very odd. Crazy odd actually, to be honest. Let's see. Anything else we need to do? I don't think so. At least not as of now. Sorry, I'm starting out here. We're getting up on our top of descent. 5,500 was... I was trying to figure out if we need to... How do you do this one? Oh, you have to press it in, right? And then you get the right one. Okay. Profile. Will it start descending now once we get to the top of descent? Let's have a look. Anything yet? Okay, we have passed the descent point. P descent. Okay, now I think we're descending. Perfect. Okay, a bit delayed, but we're getting down. Let's have a look though. Missed approach. Climb on track 266, so kind of the same as the airport. To 4,000 feet, turn right to direct to VNS. Enter VNS holding, climb to 4,700. Do we have the VNS here already? Yeah, we do. Very nice, very nice. Need to work a bit on the holding things. I haven't really been doing that almost at all, to be honest. Okay, and we are now in the clouds. Let's have a look actually how the clouds look. Looks a bit better in the clouds, but you still get this weird kind of effect. But it's not as bad, you can see it here around the engines. So that stuff is pretty okay. Could be worse, so to speak. But yeah, a bit weird looking. That's it. Nelsu, we want to be at 264. Can we see what's our progression, right? Oh, we're a bit above. We are getting there. That's good to see. The V deviation is soon 0, which is very good news actually. Okay, let's see, getting down. Ah, seems like we got below 1 layer, so that's pretty cool. And seeing another one here, it looks pretty good. So it is close, I'll give them that. It's just, you know, they need to... The key, I would say, is to make sure you don't get those ugly, really like immersion breaking clouds. Could they do that? I think they are really close to getting. Here we can also see the V deviation, that's really nice. But yeah, could they get that? Then they are bueno to explain. Why are we shaking? Is it turbulence? I doubt that. Let's have a look what our seatbelt signs off. We didn't really do that. But I guess they can just sit down for a full flight.
On 129.32 Scandinavian 4003 Heavy.
Oh, and I guess we are actually having the Microsoft Flight Sim 24 being released soon, so that's, and we're talking merely hours. It'll be interesting to see the videos on that one, right? How good it is.
Descent via the Nels 2 Mike arrival, or the ILS approach to runway 27 with the Zilda transition Scandinavian 4003 Heavy.
Okay, let's see. What's the biggest risks in this approach? I mean, it's an LS1, so that might be something to actually set up. We're talking of 266 and then 109 900. So 109 900. Oh, sorry. Sorry about that, guys. If there's something I hate about the explain, it's this, you know, how these mouse click spots work. You know, you're always, you know, zooming out or zooming in, and it's really frustrating. At least I understand now more of the camera system and explain to have it more enjoyable. But yeah, I still want to somehow understand how to use the, you know, all the click and understand. Or like my problem is like, okay, so let's say I want to go down, I can do that, but then if I just move my mouse a bit, oh, then suddenly I'm like zooming in and out, and I hate that. That sort of twitchiness. Let's see, ILS, we can put that active, so we have that. Let me see, so flight sim, I'm trying to look on flight sim on Reddit, that's why. Is there anything? Oh, sorry, it's 2 days left. When is it being released? It's 19th? I thought it was 18th. Okay, so me being a bit too quick there. Well, let's see. Let's see how that one looks and how it performs. This is gonna be my guess. It's just gonna be great all over. Maybe bugs probably will be sorted out pretty soon. Most third-party add-ons will probably be in the game within half a year, and then you'll get even new ones. Microsoft Flight Sim 24 is probably going to be the game for flight sim in terms of civilian flight sims that has ever been made. So, for those of you getting it, you should look forward to it. Luckily, I have good enough sims in X-Plane 12 and P3D to keep me content. But if I would start from scratch now, probably Microsoft Flight Sim. X-Plane would be a pretty good option unless, you know, there's always something going on with it, unfortunately. But it does have a lot of good aircraft. For example, the Tolises, and I want to get one of their smaller Neo Airbuses that aren't available in P3D. So then I have a reason to fly X-Plane with some short haul flights. Or I guess I'm doing short haul now, but with wide bodies, right? Which does work, but maybe not the most immersive. But I like to change things up a bit, right? You'll notice in P3D I'm flying everything, you know. Flying the King Air. Then the next video I'll fly the 747. I want to do the same in X-Plane, right? But let's see, we are getting closer and closer to 10,000 feet. Just so I don't forget, I'm gonna put the landing lights on already. Can't really see anything down there. It's dark. Probably gonna be raining, but let's see once we get down closer. It'll be interesting to see how the default Trondheim look now that we have seen the airsoft one, which is really good in P3D. I'm gonna actually have a look if there is a Trondheim. There is not a Trondheim scenery for X-Plane 12 or X-Plane 11. Nope. But here is something version 2. Oh, but this is for P3D. Yeah. Unfortunately. Okay, let's see, more drag. They want us to add more drag. And the reason why they want us is because we are quite a bit too high. If we add the speed brakes, will that be enough drag, or do we need to deploy spoilers? Let's actually see if we can see the... Oh, now it's very pixelated. Sorry about that. I was lying about this being fixed. God. Yeah, I guess this is the... This must be the speed... oh, sorry, not speed brake, but the... oh my god, now I'm totally forgetting what they're called, but the flaps and the slats. The slats, right? Oh, look at that. Was that some thunder? Or... Look at these clouds, though. Almost looks like you have a tornado in the middle of a... I mean, yeah, okay. Let's not focus on that. Okay, it looks like it works by just deploying the slats. So let's see. Let's see. And we have the landing lights. As you can see, the ground looks pretty okay with the photoreal. Not sure if it's that much better. My main gripe is that I'm not sure if this is worth the extra 50 gigabytes. That's the thing. If you don't see it right, once you get down below, it doesn't look good. That maybe, you know, if you wanna have another 50 extra gigabyte to have it look good, then it might be worth it, but not otherwise. Could be interesting though. Maybe they're trying to build like, what's it called, like when you see the storm front, something like that. Maybe this is the beginning of that, you know. Okay, we're 10,000. We should be down to 4,000 actually in order to, I'm gonna do that, even though I don't think we have clearance down there. But I don't wanna continue descent via. Okay, so we should be fine. I just don't wanna risk it, right? Updates recently. The Dornier. No interesting updates unfortunately on the explained freewares. Let's see, now let's focus on getting this airplane down. We do look in terms of V deviation, we are on path, so that's good. So we'll be going to Zilda and then to the right up there and then to the left again. We should change the terrain radar. Or what do we call it? Terrain. I guess terrain radar. Oh, look at that, we got rain. This is Star Wars, right? I feel like Han Solo flying the Millennium Falcon. Let's see, and we are looking pretty good. Luckily, even though this is an old aircraft, it's a very well I'm gonna arm actually this spoiler. It's a very well or technically advanced aircraft, right? I would say the aircraft from the 80s with the FS screens and you know all these modern things, you know, modern autopilots, everything like that. It's just very easy to fly. Or easy might be the wrong, but they do take care of a lot of things themselves. Okay, let's see. So we might be having some rain. That'll be interesting. I'm gonna put on our other lights just so we have that. We never tried the test for the fire, so that was something I forgot. And same with maybe you can't do this oxygen mask, but oh well. Minor issues.
Cleared for the ILS approach to runway 27 with Matilda transition Scandinavian.
Yeah, not sure it looks good enough. This looks very Flight Simulator 04 with the photo reel. And where's the trees? Ah, my god. Maybe there's not supposed to be trees, but oh well. Could be the decal thing as well. You don't really want to put that on every tile. So yeah, probably my own mistake. Okay, let's see, turning to the right. I think I'm actually gonna pull the plug on this photo reel for explain. This just isn't gonna cut it for me, I think. I'll rather have the default graphics. They'll at least look somewhat more crispy. Okay, let's see now. So we'll soon be on our final approach, and I'll soon activate that. Let's see, I'm gonna go flaps 15. I think we can go with that without getting a warning on the gear, but let's see. And then let's prepare. No, I didn't remember what the visibility was. What did Vindy say on that? Few at 2000, broken 3000, and what's the landing? 50. Visibility 10 kilometers or more. Okay, so that's good. So let's see. Yeah, but that's sad not seeing the forest. Here it looks like we have some forest though, so that's good. Let's see, now we're gonna be turning to the left. Does look good. And I'm wondering if we can maybe actually start. Okay, now let's see. I'll add the land. Okay, now I'm controlling the auto throttles.
Tower on 133.75 Scandinavian 4003 heavy.
And I usually like to start by, which you would have noticed if you watched my videos, but when I'm doing it kind of manually.
4003 heavy inbound for ILS approach runway 27.
I like to start by controlling the auto throttle. I find that's a good way to get ahead a bit on the aircraft.
Continue ILS approach to runway 27 will call when established on final Scandinavian 4003 heavy.
Okay, let's see now. There we have the runway in sight. I'm gonna wait with dropping the gear until we at least get on the glide, or at least we see the glide slope moving towards us, right? So let's see. Should be coming down soon. We're on the low glide, so that one is captured. I'm gonna add a bit more thrust actually. We're pitching up in order to maintain altitude. Now we're seeing the glide coming down. Gonna be adding more thrust. Gonna be dropping down the gear. That's gonna add up quite a bit of drag. So we'll need to add quite a bit of thrust. It looks like the gear is coming down nicely, so that's good to see. Okay, here it looks pretty good. So, but yeah, I'm not sure. 50 gigabytes worth of space. Not 100% certain. Okay, good. I'm gonna disconnect the autopilot. I will do this manually, and hopefully we get a good landing. So let's see. Gonna be adding more flaps. behind the aircraft now for some reason. Oh, it was because of the pitching. My guess is adding flaps pitched up. So that was me not being ahead of the aircraft, right, in terms of... Yeah, we have very high trim. So let's try to... we do have some quite a bit of crosswind, right, as well. I'm gonna remove that terrain one. So let's see if we can see. So it's from the right. It's gonna be around 16 knots. So there we go. Now we're getting quite a bit. Let's see if we can get this bird almost flap over speed there. Okay, let's see. We're gonna keep this one, I think, should be sufficient. Don't need to see the general plan, or flight plan. And we'll need to crab. We need to crab from the right, so we'll need to input left rudder, God, I'm trying to speak like a German. And we need to input left rudder at the end. Now let's see, because we're a bit too low. So yeah, I got a bit too eager there on descent. But we're back on the localizer very nicely. So let's see, just so we get that. And now I realized one thing we hadn't done. Is set this one straight. Come on. I hate this goddamn system in X-Plane. Jesus Christ, I'm sorry about that, guys. Just gonna need to add. And I should have said this, but like, I mean, you can't do anything. 9-8. Just let me scroll, Jesus Christ. My God. Okay. Let's see. Okay, we're not touching the ground at least, so... And we are above R. Let's see. Something happened with that glide slope though. 200. Okay. Oh, and we didn't put these to medium. I don't even think we did that on the takeoff. Pretty good. Could be worse. We got down. We got down. I'll do manual braking here. Well, we got down, but goddamn, this is why you want to have a system that works. Because when you're under a bit of stress, right, having set the wrong barrow, then you don't want to have to be, you know, fighting with your mouse and stuff. You just want to have it easy. That's actually one of my criticisms with X-Plane, is that that way of having the mouse system working. Maybe I need to remove the zoom on the... But oh well. I still do think I use it though when I'm doing with the joystick flying, so that's why I keep it, but yeah. Oh well. Can't get everything alive. Now there's a lot of aircrafts here taking up valuable spots, so I'm just gonna... And I don't think it was raining, right? It looks like it has been raining though here, and this is pretty good. So this is, you know, if you look at the kind of rain effects, that's very nice. And I'm just gonna go here to the left and park somewhere. So as you can see the aircraft kind of moving in the reflecting from the water. That's pretty neat. And this looks pretty good, right? This is, I mean, yes, it's nothing close to a payware one. But if this was a freeware one, nobody would get the payware one, some people do, right? Or yeah, people would still get it, but this would satisfy for me at least. So that's kind of the problem to explain. It's hard to be like, okay, $25 is worth it. Just because you have so good freeware airports. And look at that, even the trains, you know, coming in here. That's, I mean, very off, but still looks pretty cool. Okay, we're just gonna park here at the first one. Then we're gonna shut down. Hopefully we get to watch the replay without a crash. Hopefully it works better now. But let's see. Let's see. And actually what we should do is put on the APU. One thing I'm wondering if maybe it's the XP realistic that's making this one much harder, right? Because it's like moving your screen a bit and that sort of stuff, which is cool, but also a bit annoying from time to time. Let's try to get this one there. Okay, but still a pretty fun flight, apart from a bit of annoyingness at the end. I'll just shut these lights and just check. I think we can start the APU. Let's see if we do seatbelt signs off, is that sufficient? Doesn't look like it. So the APU is starting. Here it looks pretty good. I mean, not too much of a difference from the P3D one. You can see surroundings, but yeah, you do notice like the difference with not having like the best photo reel and that sort of stuff. But I really like how the ground looks, and of course the aircraft themselves on the exterior model, like around the wheels here, it's just very nice, the model. Not the most biggest variety in aircraft, but you know. I'm wondering if this is a Q400, maybe it's a 100, because it looks very short. Okay, let's see. We have the APU, so that's good. Shutting engine 2, shutting engine 1. I do wonder with the ILS though, if the reason for that one going a bit off was my flying, or the fact that I had the altimeter wrong. But oh well, the poppies also look to imply that we're going a bit below. Okay, let's see. Taxiing in, the engines are shutting. Do we need to open a door? Does that help? Don't think so, right? Actually gonna close pilot to ADC. We got landing clearance, even though I totally forgot, sorry. I was being very rustic, or rusty. Rustic, yeah, that's a bit that's a bit different than being rusty. But yeah, not my best flight, but good enough. 196, pretty good landing rate. Let's have a look if we can get that nice replay function to function. Okay, it does seem to be able to. Let's go back a bit further. Okay, let's see now. Just looked like we had some rain, right? Come on. So we're a bit too low. Then we basically just kind of maintain. This is me fighting with the altimeter. But look at the effects here with the flaps. I'm wondering if these the flaps. These are the flaps, right? And that's just some extra flight element, right? That's supposed to be moving, right? A bit like like the birds with their feathers. Or no, that's probably the spoilers, right? But they're supposed maybe to be that. So we're pretty good in terms of being on the center. Here I don't feel like we're too... We're maybe a bit low, right? Okay, now there's one pop here. Okay, so we at the end we actually did get somewhat almost on the right. Now we're a bit high instead. Okay, let's look from the side. And we touch down. So we're coming in. Pretty good. Yeah, it looks pretty nice. Yeah, very nice. That was pretty decent. I would say we were in the touchdown zone, right? Yeah, we were just about in the touchdown. Or just behind it. Or in front of it. Look at that, you can see the thrust reversers activating. Just very nice. That's what you see. So you can change the viewpoint, right? So let's say we go, or maybe a bit further back, right, before we land. So like here. Yeah, I'm a bit scared. This is very low. But I mean, look at these control surfaces moving. Seeing the ground. Okay, it hit. It's down. The whole plane is shaking. You know, this view, it's somehow iconic, right? When if you're an aircraft enthusiast, seeing the wing, having the aircraft stop. There it stopped a bit too hard. Me braking in order to get everything aligned. But yeah, that's oh yeah, in order to get to the taxiway. But yeah, that's always cool. But yeah, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this short video. Some mistakes. I always tend to forget things when I haven't been flying for a while. Even it's only 1 week, right? It's so easy to forget small things. But hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them down below. Otherwise, yeah, have a good rest of your weekend. Until next time, bye bye.